you little hooligans. It is me, Emily, your favorite YouTuber and podcast host for Psyched Out. This is a little bit different than normal. My web camera decided to poop itself, and so I have not been able to upload. But I still wanted to give you guys some type of content, so what I'm going to be doing is giving you a tour of the studio, what I've been working on the last month and a half, and just kind of giving you a little more insight onto what my interests are, how much of a nerd I am, and things like that. I do apologize, the audio quality may not be the best. I'm recording this on my phone since my computer setup kind of shit the bed a little bit. But once we get that figured out, we'll be back to our regularly scheduled content. But in the meantime, I'm going to nerd out with you guys for a second and just show you what I've got going on. So see you on the flip side. As you can see, this is just kind of an overview of what I've got going on. We'll get into specifics in a second. Nothing too crazy. I definitely have to put something here. I just haven't figured out what yet. This is just the best spot for my treadmill, so it's going to hang out here for a while, and then that's just my weight vest. So disregard those. This is where the entertaining stuff is. So I am a huge fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I have gathered these items over the course of many, many years, either from Walmart, Target, birthday presents, you name it. So we're just going to kind of go through the objects that I have. So first and foremost, we've got ourselves a handy dandy little cabbage merchant. He came from Target, as well as the Toph right here. She came from Target, and so did this Aang. This lovely little penguin otter came from Walmart. He was a lucky find. I'm actually surprised that he was still there. This was from Walmart along with Roku. This I got, I think, from either GameStop or Hot Topic. This was a birthday present. That was also a birthday present. Azula, Ty Lee, and Iroh all came from a mall down in Phoenix. I believe it was from something called Toy Palace. And then Toph and Iroh were Walmart figurines as well. I do need to get Sokka, Katara, May, Zuko, and I think that's it as far as Funkos go. I could probably go online and buy those, but it's just easier to go out and browse and then find things out in the wild. We have our second shelf of things. So these are some of the comics that I have, the Promise comics, and then Azula in the Spirit Temple. This one I love. Azula's easily my favorite character. There's just something really compelling about her and her arc and her story. I have the full DVD set in case I can never not stream it anymore. I've got these bad boys. These comics I might move at some point if I get like a proper bookshelf, because I have other Avatar comics that I have found at Barnes & Noble that I don't have a place to put because I'm running out of shelf space, which is sort of a me problem. This was an ornament I got from one of my siblings, either for my birthday or Christmas, but I don't have a Christmas tree right now, so Aang just kind of hangs out there. We've got ourselves a little itty-bitty mini Zuko. I can't remember where I found this, but he's absolutely adorable, so he just hangs out by Appa and Momo. These, I think I ordered both online. Actually, no, this was a birthday present. This, I think, was also a birthday present. I'm not entirely sure. The Hot Wheels cars, Appa and Aang, I actually found at the grocery store, which is a bit surprising. But Appa is a dump truck. And then Aang actually has Momo sticking out of the back of his car. It's kind of hard to see, so I'm going to pull it out here. But yeah, he's got a little Momo in the back. So I thought that was really cool. I didn't even know they made like Avatar: The Last Airbender Hot Wheels. I'll have to put this back later since it wants to be difficult. But yeah, as I said, these two from Target. This was a present from one of my siblings. Again, I love Azula. She's adorable in a really weird, psychotic way. Then this I found at Walmart as well as this. So this I think I found when the live action show was just coming out. Full disclosure, not a fan of the live action show. I don't think we needed it. I think it was fine as an animated show, but whatever, it is what it is. This I got discounted because there's actually a piece missing on it. There's supposed to be another little wind like slash that connects to the top of the staff, and then some of the paint and varnish on the staff came off. But you can't really tell. So I was like, total steal. I'll just take it and keep it anyways. But that is all of my Avatar stuff. I am infatuated with the story. It's probably one of the best stories that I've ever read. I'm working on collecting a master set for the Magic the Gathering cards, which is where these cardboard cutouts are from. They're just double-sided taped onto this. Next, we have Marvel. I'm going to try and stay out of the light as best as I can. So I actually got this deck of cards from the grocery store as well. I'm a little mad that I opened it, but I was going to try and use the card as a reference for a painting, but I absolutely failed at the painting, so now I just have an open box of cards. The designs are really cool. It's just not sealed, which I think would have looked better. Next, we have more Hot Wheels. So we have a Captain America Hot Wheel, Miles Morales, and Black Widow. Probably, I mean, along with Nightcrawler, probably the four of... Actually, no, that's a lie. I was going to say 4 of my favorites. I probably have 10 favorite Marvel characters, if I'm being honest, but they're up there. They're up there. I absolutely love all 3 of them. I think Miles is probably my favorite Spider-Man. There's just something about him that I really adore. But yeah, got the Black Widow Funko Pop at Target. I got Cap at Walmart. I got Miles and Peter at Walmart as well. Hot Wheels were from Walmart. The Nightcrawler I got from Target. I absolutely love Nightcrawler. Other than like the comic in the comic book box, I don't know of any standalone comics for him. So if anybody knows of any, please let me know. I love him dearly and I want to read more about him, but like I just don't know where to look. Next we have Scarlet Witch. Absolutely love her. I will be honest, I kind of fell out of the MCU. I'm not super into it anymore, but I still love her. I adore her. Her and Pietro were like some of my favorites when Age of Ultron came out. I did get into Marvel Rivals, which is why I have Jeff here. He's a little bobblehead. Jeff is just an absolutely adorable baby, and I don't know how you can't love him. So that's kind of what I have for Marvel. Down here, I just have an eclectic hodgepodge. Enid is taking a nap. I need to get Funko Pop stands, if I'm being honest. I just haven't. But yeah, just kind of like a hodgepodge of stuff. I have Boots from Dora. I love Boots. My favorite animal is a monkey. I actually have my favorite Monkey Ball character. And then when you spin it, he actually spins with it, which is really cool. I have Tony the Tiger. Fun fact, I was so addicted to Frosted Flakes that they gave me my first kidney stone. Then we have The Thing, and then 2 Johnnies hanging out up here. I grew up with I want to say the original Fantastic Four movies. Absolutely loved them, and these 2 have always been my favorite. I'm very partial to them. Also, I'm very partial to Chris Evans, so that might have some explanation to it. But I was really excited that there was merch for them since the new movie came out. I will admit, I have not seen it. I probably need to. I couldn't not buy them just with them being my favorite Fantastic Four characters. Sorry, Reed. Sorry, Sue. I just don't really care about them. Next, we have Wizard of Oz. So Wizard of Oz was one of my favorite movies growing up, and Glinda, I have always had a special place in my heart for Glinda. I had a little tiny snow globe growing up that had Glinda in it, and she's just always had a special place in my heart. I remember I would watch some of her scenes over and over again. My favorite scene to watch was when the horses changed color. I would try to pause the movie to get the exact moment that they changed color. Obviously, I was never going to complete that, but I really, really tried as a kid. This I found at Walmart, so we got ourselves a little flying monkey. Believe it or not, I found the Wicked Witch and the little flying monkey at Walgreens of all places. These 3 I found at Five Below. I don't know if there's a Dorothy. If there is, I need to find her. My little sister gifted me this Glinda. I forget where I found this Glinda. I want to say it was at Target, but I could be wrong. And then this was at Walmart. I found the Squishmallow at Walmart. Next, we have Wicked. So Wicked is one of the first musicals that I ever saw. I'm really into Cats the Musical, Phantom of the Opera, and Wicked. Those are probably my top 3. So when the DVD version came out, I had to buy it. That I got, I think, at Walmart. You could probably get it just about anywhere. This was a gift. You got to keep the girlfriends together. This, I can't remember if I got it at the movie theater. I think that I did. This is just actually the Dunkin' Donuts Munchkin tin. It was too cute to throw away, so I just had to keep it. I found these 2 ducks along with the Chistery duck at Five Below. I need to get a Scarecrow if there is a Scarecrow. I don't know if they have a Dorothy either. That might be a little weird. These 2 I found at Target. This I got at Walmart. Chistery I got at Walmart. And this is just a plastic crown I also got at Walmart. If I had like the real one, that would be fantastic, but that's probably never going to happen. So that is my first Wicked shelf. As you can see, there's plenty of space to fill, so I probably will at some point. Next, we have the second Wicked shelf. Again, I need to get Funko Pop stands because none of them can stand upright, but I got all of those at Target. The lunchbox I also got at Walmart. It came with a thermos, but I am using the thermos, but the lunchbox is really cute. I got Glinda at Walmart as well. She was at Five Below, and then she was at Walmart. Next, we have our Pokemon shelf. Riptide's probably going to knock me over because I have to squat. But Togepi, huge fan of Togepi. Very, very cute. I'm not a huge fan of its evolutions, gotta be honest, but it is what it is. So we have a couple Togepis. Walmart. I have a Togepi sticker and a Swinub sticker and then a Togepi card. Mamoswine, it's a long story, but I love this evolution line. Absolutely adore them. Again, my favorite animal is a monkey, so I'm very partial to all of the monkey Pokemon. I actually have a card collection that's a binder specifically for monkey Pokemon. So any Pokemon that is a monkey goes in that binder. So I love Chimchar, Grookey, Apom, everything like that. Then we have Swinub in the back. I couldn't not get him. And I'm also a huge fan of Lucario. I don't really know why I have the Armarouge EX card, but I do, and I just kind of kept it there. I haven't played the games, full disclosure. I played the MOBA, that's like the League of Legends Pokemon game, which was really fun. I used to watch the cartoon, but I've never been able to play the games. I've watched my friends play them, but I still love it. I love collecting the cards. I think everybody has a place with Pokemon, even if you're not like super into it. So this is just my little Pokemon world. Down here, we just have my secret storage for all of the boxes. That I have not filled up yet, so Lord knows what we'll put there. This is just my little recliner. So it folds up and puts back in. I'm trying to teach Riptide that he can lay on this because he doesn't know what to do now that I've moved rooms for recording. He's not a huge fan of it, which I think is a little bit funny because he lays on the couch all the time at my parents' house and everything, but whatever. Anywho, we have ourselves a little stuffed Minotaur. I'm a huge fan of Percy Jackson. He doesn't have a name. Sorry, Ang, let me move you out of the way. Huge disclosure. I don't like the live action show. I think it actually would have been better animated, but whatever. But I don't have a lot of Percy Jackson merch, which is a little bit sad, so maybe I'll look into it at some point. Currently reading Absolute Superman. Absolutely loving it. I've read Absolute Batman Volume 1 and 2. I have not been able to find Absolute Wonder Woman, which is a little disappointing. Then we have Harley and our little Batman shelf. Harley is one of my absolute faves. I have always loved her. I've always adored her. I also really like the Joker. I just think he's a really cool character because he doesn't have some of the reservations that like we as human beings do, which is why he's so interesting to me. But Harley has my heart. And then just my Batman figurines. Found those two at GameStop. And then the Batman figures on the sides were an anniversary collection that I found at Walmart. It was like a blind figure thing. And so that's that. We got this little shelf over here, a little like window area. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I might just leave it. Then we have Appa. He's just hanging up on the wall. I had space here and there was already like a little hook from when my sister lived in here. So he's just going to hang there for now. And finally, we have this setup. It could use a little bit of work, but it's fine for now. Again, I got to get a new web camera. That's not going to make me look completely orange. I'm not sure why it's decided to stop working, but it has. So most of my comics are down there, at least the ones that I have read or the ones that I plan on reading. And then a lot of my other electronics and like cables are shoved there. That's just my little phone stand, which is come in handy. I got a new mic. It seems to be working pretty well. I got it from Best Buy. I've really enjoyed it so far. So hopefully once I get the webcam situated, we can move on from there. Then we have the acoustic padding, just a generic office chair, generic desk, generic headphones. And then we have, next to my McDonald's Dr. Pepper, we have ourselves Roger the Rooster. I got him over the Easter weekend. I love him dearly. And underneath the desk is just a cluster of cables that I need to figure out. It's absolutely atrocious. But yeah, that's kind of what I've got going on with the studio so far. I really enjoy it. I've put a lot of work into it. And I think it's really paid off. So yeah, you guys have been an absolutely massive support in all of this. I really appreciate it. You've helped make this possible. We're approaching 500 subscribers. I think we're at 495, which is absolutely insane. I never thought that 500 people would be interested in literally anything that I do. So thank you guys for not only watching, but liking, commenting, subscribing, having an interest, and honestly just being willing to learn. I'm not right about everything all the time, but I do my best to research and educate. And I just think that not only do I learn a lot, but being able to impart that knowledge on people who are willing to listen is just really special in today's day and age, especially because it's so easy to shut down and get into your own headspace where you're like, I'm not going to listen to anybody, etc. So part of the reason I've been able to do this and been motivated to do this is because of you guys. So huge shout out to you. Thank you so much. If you are interested in literally anything else that I am interested in, let me know in the comments. I would love to have a conversation. I would love to talk about the plot, the story, your favorite characters, what you liked, what you disliked. I'm a huge nerd, as you may have just recently learned. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys. Again, once I get my webcam figured out, I will be back to normal business hours. Business hours, I say, as if I don't work a normal job. But yeah, that's about all I have for you guys. So thank you for being here. Again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Again, thank you for your support. And I will see you guys whenever I see you guys.